Hello, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I want to teach as many U.S. business owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. franchise owners, and also 1099 income earners how they can save taxes legally with the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal, it's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. That king who chopped off his wives' heads. He went to go tax the lords and ladies, and they went back to the 12th century to the Magna Carta and said, "Oh, no, 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 King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law that came to the colonies while we were still part of England." The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that's turning 365 years old in 2026. Our country is only turning 250 years old on July 4th. Our current tax structure went into effect February of 1913, and the super rich families of 1913, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys, made sure they could save taxes. Well, they can save taxes, we can save taxes. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I am the owner of www.thetrustisyou.com. My goal is to teach people how the rich save taxes. My personal story, I became on April 4th, 2020, my CPA called to say congratulations. I had made so much money in 2019. My tax bracket went from 22% to 24%, and I owed $94,000 in taxes. It's the middle of COVID. I only had $50,000 saved. His solution was to set up a payment plan, set up an appointment, get on a payment plan, pay interest and penalties. My solution, take a HELOC off a paid off house and research how the rich save taxes. It took me 5 months, but in September of 2020, I started both my business and my Beneficial Spendthrift Trusts. The gentleman who sold them to me was an affiliate of the law firm I now work on behalf of. I told him I want to become his affiliate so I could teach the rest of my Phoenix real estate group how to stop paying capital gains when you sell at a profit, how to stop paying interest income taxes if you're a passive investor, how to stop paying dividend income taxes if you're in the stock market, how to stop paying rental income taxes if you're a real estate investor, and how to stop paying royalties or if you have talent or NFTs. I became his affiliate. I started doing a mastermind for 18 months in my Phoenix real estate group. I had talked to him on a Thursday saying, "Hey, please send me the slide." It was about Irma. He's like, "I will. I'm just not feeling too good today." I'm like, "It's not urgent." I wait a few days. On Tuesday, I call his cell phone. A woman picks up and she goes, "He died in the hospital on Saturday from appendicitis. A 59-year-old gentleman died of appendicitis." I thought my cash cow was gone. This was Tuesday, and then on Thursday that week, a representative from the law firm called me and they said, "You've sold 14 trusts in your real estate group. You know what you're doing. We would like you to become a direct affiliate of our law firm." So I started my business, www.thetrustisyou.com, where you can go out there, get a free presentation, sort of like this, and you can set up a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. If you want to do that, it's www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. My goal is to teach as many people how to save taxes. Today's example, I have gone back to. This happened actually in 2024. A wife saw one of my TikTok videos. She and her husband was working from home. He's an independent insurance agent, and they were discussing getting a nanny for their two young children. She's like, "I don't want to get a nanny. I want to quit working." He's like, "We've got to find a solution." At the time, we knew how much he was making as an independent 1099 income earner, and he was working as a W-2 income earner. When we did everything, we would take his insurance business out of their 1040 tax return. We were going to lower their taxes from 32% down to 12% for the wife, and then she would still file a 1040 tax return on her W-2 income. She was a teacher's aide. And then his income would go through a 1041 tax return, and they would save taxes. She's like, "I'm going to prove to him why we should not get a nanny." She quit her job. On Monday of this week, we got a federal ruling saying how Paul Benson, the Harvard law professor who wrote the 5 separate trusts that I sell, the business trust, the beneficial trust, the charitable trust, the mineral rights trust, and the senior trust, he wrote the trust as an escrow ledger. Because of that, now anyone in any of 50 states will save 100% on federal income taxes. So I sent an email out to all my clients going, here are the numbers you gave me, and this is how much you're going to save now. So now that we know that she's no longer working at all, she's a stay-at-home mom. She makes dinner, walks her kids to school, everything else. With the husband making $360,000 a year, he's in Texas, so he only pays federal income taxes. They're saving $71,598 for all of 2026. Per month, they're saving $5,966 per month with the Business Spendthrift Trust. Now, people ask, how does this work? He has contacted all the different insurance companies he works for and said, I have changed my bank account. When you start the Business Spendthrift Trust, we are going to get you a EIN number and a letter to the bank where you're going to go open a new bank account. He contacted each of his insurance companies. They had him fill out a form. Here's the new routing number. Here's the new account number. When they send him his 1099 statement for everything he does as an insurance agent, it's going to show his name. Since he is a trustee, all he has to do is show his name and then say, and then he puts it into the right bank account, and he gets to save all the federal and state income taxes on that money. When he files his 1041 tax return, that 1099 statement goes in with it because he's a trustee. They're paying the trustee. Because how Paul Benson wrote this trust, the corpus is an escrow account. You don't need any fancy paperwork or anything else. Your bank statement shows it all. She was able to quit her W-2 job. She was able to be a stay-at-home mom, walk her kids to school, make cookies, they're happy. He's told 6 other insurance agents in Texas about the Spendthrift Trust. I have a free affiliate link, www.thetrustisyou.com/affiliate. He's gotten paid $6,000 extra because he's told other people about the Spendthrift Trust. If you're making at least $100,000 in 1099 income, I guarantee you, if you live in Texas, Florida, or any other state, you're going to save 5 figures in taxes. You're going to save federal income taxes and state income taxes year after year, generation after generation. Number 2, it's on the federal level. It will not hold any LLCs, S Corps, or C Corps, and we highly suggest you shut them down. That's your decision. 40% of LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps get sued every year. The gentleman who ran my real estate group shut down 14 LLCs. I don't know what happened to his Airbnb, but someone sued. He kept his S Corp open, and they sued the S Corp for $1 million. He's like, well, I have the Spendthrift Trust. I'm like, yes, but they didn't sue the Spendthrift Trust. They sued your S Corp. He had to pay $1 million to this person who sued him at one of his Airbnbs. Third way you're going to say, talking about all lawsuits. All lawsuits become frivolous because all your assets are in the Spendthrift Trust. One of my clients, a real estate investor again, has 100 doors in Chicago. I've met Patrick, nice guy. He has a 5-carat diamond ring, a Rolex watch. He's worth a lot of money. Good for him. He's worked hard. I've never seen his RV. That's called a $250,000 RV. 2024, he could not slow down for an accident. He hit the car in front of him that pushed her car into the car in front of her. So one car got squished. They got out to exchange information. The insurance card showed that the RV, the $250,000 RV, was owned by his Beneficial Spendthrift Trust. Patrick's Illinois driver's license showed Patrick's name and home address. We can't change that. His insurance rate probably went up because he had an at-fault accident. He doesn't care. He's got so much money in the Beneficial Spendthrift Trust, he can afford it. 4 weeks after the accident, he gets a lawsuit mailed to him at home for $900,000 in pain and suffering. He calls me, says, I thought all lawsuits, you didn't have to worry about them. I'm like, calm down, Patrick. You have the name of the attorney. You have the name of the plaintiff. You're going to copy the first page of your trust. You're going to send each one a letter and say, good luck getting money from, you can't get blood from a stone. I have Irrevocable, Complex, Discretionary, Non-Grantor Spendthrift Trust. Calls me back 2 months later. He goes, I haven't heard anything about that lawsuit. And I'm like, it's gone away. He's like, you just saved me $900,000. I'm like, Patrick, do you know how much I'm saving you in rental income taxes every year too? If you want to find out more, please set a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. It's a free presentation. You're going to take you out to www.nerdwallet. We're going to figure out there's 4 ways to file your taxes. Single, most expensive way. Head of household, you're divorced with children 18 or younger living in your house. Married, filing separately. And then the cheapest way, married, filing jointly. Ladies and gentlemen, January 1st, 2025, the IRS quietly changed married filing separately to match single from 10% all the way up to 35%. If you're married, do yourselves a favor and file jointly. You'll save double your taxes without having to buy a spendthrift trust. If your CPA or financial advisor says, ooh, the IRS wrote a memo, yes, they did, on August 9th of 2013, where they literally say, it's 15 pages long, so if your CPA or financial advisor is telling you this, say, give me a copy of the memo, please. It's 15 pages long. On every single page, it says this is not tax information. They actually say they do not like the IRS Tax Code 643B. They do not like the Irrevocable, Complex, Discretionary, Non-Grantor Spendthrift Trust. It's a memo, people. It's their opinion. Only Congress can change the tax code. I'm not making fun of Congress, but I would not want to be a TSA agent this year and not get paid for 6 weeks. How the heck did they put gas in their vehicles? I have to fill up my gas tank every 2 weeks, and I can't afford if I'm not making money to fill up my gas tank. This is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. With the ruling from Monday, where now you pay zero in federal and state income taxes, you pay zero, but it's always been you don't pay anything on your profits when you're an investor. But now that that has happened, Lloyd's of London is insuring each one of our trusts, saying that if you get questioned by the IRS or you get audited by the IRS, Lloyd's of London will pay for everything. Talk about having incredible backing with this. Again, please set a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. If you're making $100,000 in 1099 income and you could save 5 figures every single year, why wouldn't you want to learn more about the Business Spendthrift Trust? This information that I'm giving you only covers the Benson Financial Trust. We got the special ruling because we went after it. When you start the trust, I will even send you the court documentation so you can have it and know that you have done the right thing. Thank you for watching my video. Have a wonderful weekend.